For someone like Stacy Aubrey Sevilla, routine was rare. Her life had always been loud. Bars, late-night parties, careless flings, and friends who were just as reckless as she was. But lately, something had changed. Sunday night, inside the elegant fine dining restaurant, a violin began to play. And just like clockwork, Stella was there, sitting at the bar, watching. Across the room, Colet stood on the small stage, calm, graceful, her bow gliding effortlessly across the strings. The music wrapped around the restaurant like a quiet spell. Stella didn't move, didn't talk, didn't flirt, which was very unusual. At first, she told herself it was just curiosity. The mysterious violinist from Singapore, the woman who had stayed in her mind longer than anyone ever had. That was all. Just curiosity. Then she started sitting closer to the stage. Close enough to be noticed. Or so she thought. But Colet never looked her way. Not once. So Stella tried something bolder. When the performance ended, she clapped louder than everyone else. Even gave a playful whistle. The kind of attention that always worked. The kind that always got a reaction. But Colet simply bowed politely and walked off the stage. Like Stacy didn't exist. Stella blinked.
Okay.
That was rude. And yet, she came back the next Sunday. Again, and this time she sat closer. Strategically, and waiting. When Colet stepped down from the stage, Stella leaned against the counter.
Beautiful performance.
Her voice carried its usual charm. Confident, effortless, and dangerous. But the violinist didn't react. She didn't pause. Didn't even turn. She only took the glass from Aiah and continued talking.
You really are the best violinist.
Like Stella hadn't spoken at all.
Paul.
For the first time in a long while,
Violinist you know, I.
Stella felt
Hey, not true.
invisible. The next week, she tried again. This time more direct. The heiress stood directly in Colet's path. There was no way the violinist could miss her. But Colet simply walked past. Calm. Unbothered. Their shoulders almost brushed. But there was no reaction. No hesitation. Not even an acknowledgement. Nothing. Stella stood there, frozen. And for the first time, her ego cracked. It wasn't curiosity anymore. It had become a habit. Every Sunday, Same seat, same violin, same woman. And every week, the same indifference. Colet never noticed her, never reacted, never looked her way. It was as if Stella Aubrey Sevilla didn't exist. And that was the part that bothered her most. Because Stella was used to attention. Men chased her. Women flirted with her. Rooms turned when she walked in. But this woman, this quiet, untouchable violinist, treated her like air. Until finally, one night, after Colet's second piece, the heiress stood up and left, without saying a word. For the first time in weeks, she went straight to a bar. Mika and Gwen nearly dropped their drinks.
Well, look who finally remembered we exist.
Stella slid into the seat beside them.
Shut up and pour me something strong.
By the third glass, Gwen leaned closer.
So, who rejected you?
Stella scoffed.
No one rejects me.
Mika laughed.
That says otherwise.
Stella ran a hand through her hair.
I'm just irritated.
With who?
Stella stared at her drink, then muttered,
A violinist.
Both froze.
A what?
She groaned,
It's stupid.
but she told them anyway. What happened in Singapore? At the recital? About the restaurant? About the woman who never looked at her? Who never acknowledged her? And the only person who never reacted to her? Gwen burst out laughing.
You're telling me Stella Aubrey Sevilla got ignored?
Mika wiped tears from her eyes.
This is the best thing I've heard all week.
Stella glared at them,
I hate both of you.
but their laughter only made it worse. Because now, it sounded ridiculous obsessing over someone who didn't even notice her. So she drank more, until the embarrassment blurred, until the frustration became something heavier, something she refused to name. Because the truth was simple. Her ego was bruised, but something else had cracked too, and she didn't understand why. That night, she stepped out of the bar alone, the cool air brushing her face. And without thinking, without deciding, without even realizing it, her feet carried her somewhere familiar. The same street, the same quiet stretch of road, near the restaurant, and just ahead, under the soft glow of the streetlights, a familiar figure walked alone, Colet. And for the first time since this all began, Stella didn't feel curious. She felt something else. Frustration. Hurt. Something sharp. Something reckless. And this time, she wasn't going to be ignored.
Earlier that evening, inside the restaurant, Aiah was finishing the last of the closing duties. She glanced toward Colet, who was carefully placing her violin into its case. "Is your sister still coming tonight?" Aiah asked. Colet nodded. "She said she'll be a little late." Aiah frowned. "You could have just let me drive you home." Colet smiled gently. "You've been working all day. You should rest." "That's not the point," Aiah muttered. Colet chuckled softly. "I'll just wait outside. Also, the breeze feels nice tonight." Aiah crossed her arms. "You're stubborn." "So I've heard." Aiah sighed. "Fine, but don't wander off." "I won't." Outside, the city had quieted down. The dinner crowd was gone. Only the soft hum of distant traffic remained. Colet stood near the sidewalk, still, calm. Her face tilted slightly upward as the night breeze brushed against her skin. She liked moments like this. Simple, peaceful, safe. Or at least, she thought it was. Not far away, a familiar figure approached. Stella, her heels clicking unevenly against the pavement, her vision slightly blurred, but not her emotions. And then she saw her, the violinist, standing alone, calm, untouched, like she always was. And just like that, everything came rushing back. The weeks, the silence, the indifference. "Hey!" No response. The heiress frowned. "Hey, I'm talking to you!" But still, nothing. The violinist remained still, quiet, unaware. And to Stella, it felt intentional, like she was being ignored again. And something inside her snapped. She walked forward quickly and grabbed Colet's arm. "Are you seriously ignoring—" Colet was startled. She lost her balance and fell onto the pavement. "What the hell is wrong with you?" Stella snapped, her voice louder than she intended. "I've been trying to talk to you for weeks and you act like I don't even—" But then she stopped. Something wasn't right. Colet didn't yell back, didn't argue, and didn't even look at her. Instead, she curled inward. Her head was lowered, her arms lifted instinctively in front of her, shielding, protecting herself. Her hands trembled, like someone expecting to be hurt. Stella froze. "What the—" Not far, footsteps rushed toward them, fast and urgent. "Ate!" A young woman's voice cut sharply through the night. "Ate, are you okay?" She ran toward Colet, breathless, still dressed in a slick purple suit, heels clicking against the pavement. Her presence was sharp, commanding, and controlled. She immediately knelt beside Colet. Her hands moved quickly, checking, inspecting, protecting. "Are you hurt? Did you get injured?" When the woman was sure there were no visible injuries, she helped Colet stand carefully,
I'm so sorry I was
guiding
late,
her
Ate.
toward a waiting assistant nearby.
Help her,
Only
please.
then did she
Careful.
turn to Stacy, and her expression changed completely. Her face turned cold, controlled, and very protective. "If my sister accidentally bumped into you," she said calmly, "I'll apologize on her behalf." Her voice was steady, but there was something sharp beneath it. "But you have no right to shout at her like that." Stella blinked. She was still trying to process everything, still trying to understand why none of this made sense. Then the woman's gaze hardened and looked directly at Stacy, and she said the words that silenced everything. "If you didn't notice, my sister is blind." The world tilted. Stella's eyes slowly shifted back to Colet, to the woman who never looked at her, who never reacted, the only person who never acknowledged her presence. Because she couldn't. All this time, she wasn't ignoring me. Silence wrapped around the street. It was heavy and unforgiving. The woman then turned and went back to her sister, her voice not quieter and more gentle. "I'm here, Ate Colet. Watch your step." But Stacy barely heard it, because for the first time in weeks, for the first time since all of this began, Stella Aubrey Civillaja had nothing to say. No charm, no sarcasm, no confidence, nothing. Just the crushing weight of realization. And something new, something unfamiliar. The guilt. For the first time, Stella wasn't trying to be noticed. She just wished she could take everything back.
The next Sunday, Stella came back. The street outside the restaurant glowed under soft amber lights, their reflections stretching across the pavement still damp from an earlier drizzle. The faint hum of distant traffic mixed with the muffled notes of a violin leaking through the doors. The heiress stood there, still, for a moment longer than necessary. The cool night air brushed against her skin, but it did nothing to ease the weight sitting in her chest. Not nerves, not hesitation. It was something heavier, something unfamiliar. Guilt. For the first time in her life, Stella Aubrey Sevillaja didn't walk in like she owned the place. She paused, then stepped inside. Warm light wrapped around her immediately. The scent of polished wood and expensive wine lingered in the air. Glasses clinked softly somewhere in the distance. Conversations flowed in low, steady murmurs. And above it all, the violin. Colet was already on stage. Her movements were smooth, controlled, bow gliding across strings with quiet precision. The melody filled the room, calm and steady, like nothing had ever disrupted it, like nothing had happened. For a second, Stella felt it. Relief, a fragile, fleeting comfort. Maybe it hadn't mattered that much. Maybe things could just reset. But the feeling didn't last because she remembered the way her voice had risen, the way Colet had looked at her. The memory settled back into her chest, and this time it heavier. She didn't go to the bar, didn't take her usual seat. Instead, she stayed near the back, half shadowed by a column, where the light didn't quite reach. Quiet, still, watching, and not searching for attention, not expecting to be noticed, just present. When the final note faded, the room filled with applause. Warm, easy, untroubled. People approached the stage. Compliments spilled out naturally. Soft laughter followed. Chairs shifted, glasses lifted. Life moved on. But Stella didn't. She waited, let the crowd thin, watched as the energy of the room settled into something softer, slower, until Colet stepped down. Only then did Stella move. Each step felt deliberate, measured and heavier than it should have been. Aiah. Her voice was steady, but quieter than usual. Careful. Aiah turned, and the second she saw Stella, everything changed. Her expression hardened, her posture shifted. With a single word, the air between them tightened immediately. No. The word landed, flat and unyielding. The heiress blinked, caught off guard. I haven't even said anything yet. You don't need to. Aiah moved without hesitation, just one small step to the side, but it was enough. She placed herself directly between Stella and Colet. Not aggressive, not loud, but unmistakable. A barrier. I just want to talk, Stella said, her voice lower now. Aiah let out a short, humorless breath. Talk? Her eyes sharpened. You had your chance to talk. Stella swallowed. That night, Don't. The word cut clean through her sentence. It was sharp, controlled, and final. Aiah stepped closer, lowering her voice. You don't get to walk back in here like nothing happened and suddenly decide you want to fix things. The warmth of the room instantly faded. The background noise dulled. Even the air felt tighter. But the heiress held her ground. I'm not pretending nothing happened. Good, Aiah replied, because I remember it very clearly. Silence stretched between them. Behind Aiah, Colet stood quietly, violin still in hand, listening, not interrupting, but not distant either. She is present and aware. Stella glanced at her, and something in her expression shifted. It turned softer and less guarded. I just want to apologize. Aiah noticed immediately and moved again, blocking her line of sight. You can't, Stella frowned slightly. What do you mean I can't? Aiah crossed her arms, steady and unmoving. You don't get access to her that easily just because you said sorry. The words hit harder than Stella expected. Not loud, but precise. I'm not asking for access, Stella said. I'm asking for a chance to say sorry. And I'm saying no. There was no hesitation, not even softness. Just an answer for a moment. Stella didn't know what to do. That never happened. People don't deny her. Not like this. Not with them thinking twice. And Aiah didn't move. She didn't flinch and did not reconsider. Then, a quiet voice broke through. It pauses and spoke again. Aiah. Aiah glanced back. What? Colet tilted her head slightly, her expression calm. It's okay. Aiah's jaw tightened. No, it's not. She said she wants to apologize, Colet argued. And I said she doesn't get to, Aiah firmly said. A brief silence followed, heavier now and more complicated. Colet's grip on her violin shifted slightly. You're being harsh, Aiah exhaled, and you're being too kind. A faint smile touched Colet's lips. The world needs more kindness. Then she turned, facing Stella fully now. You can say it. Aiah's head snapped back. Colet, it's okay. Aiah reluctantly stepped aside. Just enough. Still not trusting, not forgiving, just space. Stella stepped forward, and for the first time, she had nothing prepared. There was no charm, no confidence, and no control. Just her plain honesty. I'm sorry. The words came out quieter than she expected. It was raw, unpolished, and real. I didn't know. Her breath became uneven. I thought you were ignoring me. Her gaze then dropped briefly. I got frustrated. But that doesn't justify anything. Then silence took place between them. Not tense, not sharp, just uncertain. Colet, though blind, studied her carefully. Then she smiled softly. Understanding washed all over her face. It's okay. Stella was shocked. It was not the way the heiress expected it to be. It was too easy, too light. But Aiah stepped in immediately. No, it's not okay. Then tension returned. It was subtle, but present. She scared you, Aiah said firmly. She raised her voice at you. Stella lowered her gaze. She's right. That shifted something, and Aiah paused slightly. I did, the heiress continued, and I'm sorry for that too. Another silence followed, but this one is different. It was less defensive and more observant. Colet adjusted her hold on the violin. You don't sound like the same person from that night. Stella let out a quiet, almost self-aware breath. I don't think I am. Aiah watched her on the sidelines, still guarded, still careful, but now she was thinking, measuring, because something really did shifted, and for the first time, she wasn't entirely sure what Stella Aubrey Sevilla was anymore. Is she still a threat, or something else? That night, Stella didn't stay. She didn't flirt, she didn't linger, and no second attempt. The door closed softly behind her, the sound swallowed by the music that started again inside. Outside, the air felt cooler, quieter. The weight in her chest remained, but it was not as heavy anymore. It was clearer, because now she understood. This wasn't over, not because of her pride, not because of her habit, but because, for the first time in her life, she wanted to make it right.